Good morning. Welcome to Soul Care with Tisha. I have another topic for y'all. It wasn't really a question, it was a topic. And the topic is grief and loss. And it's really interesting because I'm actually taking a course around that right now. And so I have a lot to share about this topic. I first want to say that everybody grieves differently. Bereavement looks different for everyone. Mourning looks different for everyone, and there are different types of losses. But first, let's talk about grieving a little bit. There are uh, different stages of grief, but that's not the golden rule, right? Some people may experience them, some people may not. Some people may experience them in certain orders, and some people may not. Some people may go through denial, some people may go through avoidance, some people may go through anger, some people may go through acceptance, some people may go through sadness and depression, like all these different things, and then some people may not, right? And so we are all very unique people, and based upon the meanings that we ascribe to death, the meaning that we ascribe to life, the meaning that we ascribe to the relationship or the connection, the level of connection that we have with the individual, our experiences will be different, right? And also our upbringing, how we learned to grieve, what we saw, how our family grieves. Some families have traditions and things that they do. Um, and some families are taught to keep all their emotions to themselves. They really don't talk about it. Some families are very emotional and connected, and so there's just so many different ways in which we experience loss. But I do think identifying the meaning that we assign to death is really important, right? Even our spiritual or religious perspective around it. I know I'll speak for Christianity. As a Christian, it is believed that to be absent from, if you are a believer, it's believed to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And so, in those instances, some people may find comfort in the fact that they will see their loved one again. Other people believe in life after death too, and so they may find comfort in the fact that they will see their loved one again. Some people don't know what happens after death, so they don't know if they're going to see their loved one. Like, there's so many different meanings ascribed to death, and so that really plays a part in how that mourning process works and how you are made up as an individual, and also the relationship that you had with a person. And so, and what also, and when I say the meaning of life after the death, because sometimes people don't just lose people, they lose income. It shifts their whole dynamic, and it can make it very difficult for them to even fully grieve because so many other things have changed around them, right? Let's just say, for instance, if you lose a spouse and that spouse is a primary breadwinner and you have children, and so now the spouse is gone, you've lost a spouse, it may be difficult for you to be able to sit in your pain because you have now so many new responsibilities and so many new pressures, right? And so, like, how we're going to eat, where we're going to live, what are the things that we're going to do, that grieving, that loss, that mourning process may be suppressed or take a back seat because of these new present challenges, right? And so I think it's really important that we are able to have time to process all those things. If you know someone who is mourning or grieving a loss of an individual, definitely the best thing to do is acknowledge the pain that they're in. I know we want to cheer people up. I'm guilty of it. I know we want to fix things. I'm guilty of it. Like, I know we want to do all those things because we feel uncomfortable about their pain. But the best thing that we can do for them is acknowledge it and walk with them through it, and ask them what do they need, what does support look like. And so I also want to quickly talk about the different types of losses, right? Because right now I'm talking about death, but there could also be a loss of a friendship, a loss of a job. There could also be where the person is actually still physically present but not present. And so situations like dementia, situations like substance abuse, someone being addicted, right? And they're no longer the same person. Someone having Alzheimer's, where you're still present with each other, but not present, and there's a loss there, and there's a grief process that happens in that space as well. And so just thinking about the different ways that we all experience loss, um, and how unique we are in our grieving process. The last thing I'll add is how we celebrate or how we honor the lives of the individuals. We all do that differently. Some of us every year go back to the burial site. Some people do a balloon release, right? Some people, don't do anything. Maybe it's just the memories that they have of the person, and they share stories. And so all of these things work into how we're able to live life without the person either being physically present or mentally present, and what things we need to do to help us describe, to help us process this loss, but also learn how to live um, a life without the person, without the individual. And so hope that this was helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions or any other areas. It's so vast that you specifically would kind of like me to kind of dive into.